everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sasha. I eat things, I do stuff, and I go places. Today, we're doing stuff. I am going to be packing for Japan. We leave in 48 short hours or less, perhaps at this point. Nobody panic. This is actually pretty early for me as far as packing goes, but along the way, I'm going to be showing you my must-haves, must-pack for any international trip that I take. These things are not going to be specific to where you're going, but I love to take them, especially where I'm not sure if the weather's going to be rainy or cold, and I'll just let you know how I pack along the way. So follow along. The first thing I am going to share with you, and it is a bit messy and I apologize, is my travel kit. So this is just a mini suitcase. It's quite adorable. It is from Away. Not sponsored. Hey, Away, let me know. But in this case, we have things like gum for traveling on those airplanes, anti-diarrheals, because you never know, some ibuprofen, shout wipes. These are life-saving. So I put a couple of shout wipes in there, a couple binder clips. You never know what you might need to fix. Tissues. I'm gonna be real. I've been to a lot of countries, and in almost every country there has been an experience where I needed tissue paper and there wasn't any available. So I throw this in my bag with me just so I can be prepared in all situations. Makeup / baby wipe. You know, when you've been on a plane for 12 hours, sometimes it's nice to just take a little wipe down. Also, makeup. You wear it, you gotta take it off. Fun one, it's a plastic bag, just a folded up plastic bag. Sometimes things get wet and you don't wanna put wet things in your bag. So we always have one of these. Moist towelettes. Moist towelettes for days. I have them in both sanitizing and not sanitizing. You just never know. More moist towelettes, more moist towelettes. Basically anytime we see one, we grab it. More gum, cause you never know. Here's another interesting one, a plastic glove. One time, we actually got these from Disney in Shanghai. There were greasy foods and they would give you a glove to eat it with. So I thought that was just brilliant. Threw there in there. The world's tiniest sewing kit. We acquired this from a hotel stay and we just put it in here because you never know when you might need to fix something. Let's see, Band-Aids. Band-Aids for blisters, Band-Aids for boo-boos. You just want to be prepared. And let's see, the last couple of interesting items. Earplugs. Those are going to be fantastic. A pen. So every time you have to go on the plane with an immigration form and everyone's around like asking for pens, I sneakily whip this one out of my bag and I fill out my immigration card. A bottle opener. You have never been sad until you have been in an Airbnb without a bottle opener and a bottle of beer that you can't open, that isn't a twist off. This particular one comes from Daddy's Dogs. It's a hot dog, used to be a food truck, but has several stations now, several actually like physical locations around Nashville, and highly recommended. Nail clippers, I got this from like a Daiso. It's got Mickey on it. They're fantastic for hangnails, if you need to cut something, you know, clipping. And then the last item, this one's a crazy, not really that crazy, a SIM card ejector, because you tend to need to change your SIM card once you land, and so it's just one of these doodads with the pointy end. And helps when you land and you're ready to get internet connection after being on a flight for 12 hours. If you're going to Japan, you're gonna want one of these. It's just a coin pouch. The main reason is it's a cash-based society and you are gonna have so many coins laying around that you really just don't wanna like try to be like digging through your purse when you're trying to have a transaction. So it's literally the size of my hand. It's got probably 9,000 yen in here, just from old trips that we've been on. But everything's in here ready to go, and it's in this just like cute little pocket. Don't have to dig for it. Typically, Jeremiah and I split the cash and the coins, so that way we're never carrying a whole bunch of coins or a whole bunch of cash. But everything is super organized in this tiny little pouch. This and this, they're gonna be lifesavers for you on the flight. You're gonna be on a flight for 12 hours, and the air is so dry, it's like a desert. So I bring myself a little treat, a little mid-flight activity to have a little mask and a little eye patches. These are super cute, just to help, you know, keep your skin hydrated, because it's gonna be a ride. Like I said, this is one of the most genius inventions I've ever seen. This is from Uniqlo, and I highly recommend almost everything from Uniqlo. It's a whole jacket. I mean, it's not gonna save you from the Arctic, but it is a whole jacket in here. So it comes in a little pouch. It's all rolled up, and you just, ta-da! You got a nice light little jacket. It's got some inside pockets, which is a favorite of mine. And, you know, it's going to be a windbreaker, and it's going to, you know, help you live your best life in case of sudden drops in temperatures. I find in Japan at night, as soon as the sun goes down, it gets a little bit more chilly. So recommend the pocket parka. P.S. If you're packing for your trip like today and you leave in like a couple of days, don't run out to buy any of these things, especially if you're going to like Taiwan, Hong Kong, or Japan. They're gonna have these things available to you or something better for a pretty fair price. So don't worry about it. These are just things that I find if you're preparing for a trip, you know, several weeks or months in advance, that are super helpful. Here's an easy one. Compression socks. Again, your flight is going to be long, and your blood flow gets all wonky on flight, so I like to wear compression socks. These go all the way over the knee because I got, you know, wonky legs, so just like to have them ready and comfortable and cute in case I need to compress anything. I typically put them on as soon as I get on my long flight. I take them off if it gets uncomfortable. I've never experienced that. And then, yeah, I just change them right before we get on the train to go to our hotel. If you recently just colored your hair, i.e. me, thank you, Josh does hair from Instagram. Check him out, he's great. Make sure you pack yourself a dark towel to dry your own hair and a pillowcase. A lot of Airbnbs and hotels have white towels and white pillowcases. I don't know why, but you don't want to ruin everyone's nice stuff and incur maybe a penalty fee, so I always pack myself a little towel. It doesn't take up much space. Another silly but wonderful thing is a folder. So this is just a plastic folder, and it holds all the printouts of everything that we might need during our trip. So we've got a few vouchers that we're exchanging for tickets. I print out our confirmation emails. I don't speak wonderful Japanese, so if there's ever a question about our reservation, I want to be able to pull up the email and let them read it as it is written. We've got some wonderful stickers on here. This is the Beauty and the Beast from Kitty Conniption. She, if you checked out our Anime Day vlog, she is the person that organized all of that. So she's always selling these if you want to check that out and get them. You also got a cute Yuki right here. Lots of anime-based stickers. Another thing I keep in here is a copy of my passport. If my wallet gets stolen and my passport's in it and I need to get a replacement from the embassy, having a copy of it is going to go a long way in helping them prove my identity out. Not that that would ever happen, but it's there just in case. It's a lot of peace of mind. Once we get to wherever we're going, we take out which papers we need for the day and take them with us, so that way these are safe in the hotel or Airbnb and we can get them if we need them. This one's gonna seem like a no-brainer, but I have a pro tip for you. Chargers. I always bring a charging brick, and I wear an Apple Watch. Instead of bringing my big long cord, this is a portable Apple Watch charger. I just charge it. It holds a charge, and you can charge your watch like 2.5 times with it. So I just basically plug it in when I'm outside, and then when I come home, I'm ready to charge my watch. This bad boy is one of my favorite things that I've ever bought. It is an extendable charger, so no more having your cords go everywhere. It's just one little guy. Can't get it to focus, but on this, you've got 3 prongs. You've got a USB-C adapter, you've got an Apple Lightning plug, and you've got a micro USB. So that's everything I need to charge. My Apple Watch adapter charges via the micro USB, so easy peasy. I can't charge really, it's not meant to charge more than one thing at once, but it's kind of great. I will say it's never gonna charge your MacBook, but you know, you can't help it all. All of that being said, I take all of my chargers and I put them in like a drawstring bag, so that way everything's together and your cables aren't going nuts. So there is nothing worse than being on a plane and your feet are squished underneath the seat and you just can't find what you're looking for in the bag that you've squished with your feet. So now I know it's just all in this pouch. It's super easy to find. Another thing I'm gonna put in the pouch is an external battery. So this little guy, he's so little, he fits 5 charges in your phone. So you charge him through, obviously, the in port, and then you've got these 2 on the outside. One's a quick charge, it's been great, and one's just a regular charge. But these are both USB adapters, which, if you'll remember, Mr. Extracty is. So he's USB on one end, and it's super great. So I can just bloop, once I played on my phone too long in the airport, go ahead and charge myself up. I put this in the bag as well. Another thing I keep in this bag is a handkerchief. So sometimes there's not towels in the bathroom, and I hate wiping my hands on my pants, or something spills and you need to clean it up. You know, you got a handkerchief ready. It's fine. It's not 1970. I'm not an old businessman. Another wonderful tip. If you think your shoes might get uncomfortable at all, get some shoe inserts. So these are like gel walk-on air inserts. They're pretty great. I have a pair of boots that I will be wearing. They might look uncomfortable, but because they're flat, they're actually quite comfortable. I do just feel like I have a little bit too much pressure on the toe of the boot. So I brought these to go with it. These are probably my favorite things, but also the most random. So these are do-it-yourself rain boots. Let me tell you what. I have had wet shoes in foreign countries before, and it is so sad. It's very frustrating and frankly miserable. So the shoes I wear are cloth on top because it's like very, very soft and very nice to walk in. But it's not rain resistant, so that's bad. So we got these little guys, and he just goes over my shoe, and then I buckle him on the other side, and I've got rain boots. I walked all over Shanghai Disney with these, didn't fall. They've got grips on the bottom. I just noticed the grips are whales. That's the cutest thing. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, the grips are whales, and they're very cute. These are very safe. I love wearing them. I keep them in their little bag, and these are kind of bulky, like for light packing, kind of. I guess not really. I pack these because I don't want to have wet feet. I'm about to go attempt Tokyo Disney Sea for a 3rd time. The first time we went way too late. It was already 8 p.m. All the food was closed. All the rides had like 4-hour lines, and I didn't have a good time. The second time, it was raining men. It was so unfortunate. The park was dead, but everything was cold and wet and sad, and they wouldn't let me stand in line with my warm wine drink. But we're gonna give it a 3rd shot. It's gonna be Halloween. It's gonna be pretty. We're winding down on tips. What the last thing is silly, right? It's a neck pillow for sleeping. So you put it here, and you wrap the scarf part all the way around. It works very well. I don't have a lot of luck with the U-shaped neck pillows because I just fall forward like an animal. But a neck pillow isn't something that you're like, this is the best travel tip you've ever given, Sasha. But it is. Hold on. So a neck pillow in and of itself isn't revolutionary, but this brand has, a piece of plastic on the inside to keep the structure. See, this is it. And that lets you put a carabiner, yes, this is an easy-shaped carabiner, through this hole. And now I'm gonna clip it to my backpack, and now I don't have to put this on the inside of my bag. It's on the outside and still counts as one item. So anything that you can carabiner to your bag that still makes it comfortable and not jingly when you walk, I recommend. So just like doing that. One last item. I know I told you last item, but a water bottle. So this is hot or cold. It holds 12 ounces. It saves me from spending a fortune on water and other beverages at the airport. So I go through TSA with this empty, and then I get to fill it up when we get through it. And then I have water on demand. I think on some international flights, the flight attendants are very stingy with water. So I love to have just a little bit of backup water if I need it. But yeah, just stick this bad boy. I either carabiner him in because he'll fit nicely and won't rattle like with this little strap guy, or just set him in my bag because he's super sealant. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get packed and see what we can accomplish. Watching that hyperlapse. First pro tip, of the afternoon goes to socks. So I've got everything in here, and this is, believe it or not, 4 outfits, all the hair accessories and rain gear that I will need if I even need it. You can see that there's a lot of space, and when I flip this over and use these straps, it's actually going to create a lot of gaps. So when I create those gaps, what I'm going to do is actually stuff my socks in the gaps, so that way I'm not wasting any space. Alright, you can see already that you've got some gaps here and here. So I'm just gonna go ahead, start filling those with some socks. And then that way, no space is wasted. See? Nice. So when I fill up, when I put my shoes over here, I'm wasting all of this space, so I actually roll up my underwear and put them inside my shoes. Thus I recommend only bringing 2 pairs of shoes. The reason for that is all of your outfits will then be more coordinated, so you're going to pack less clothes. And then additionally, you are going to be walking like a lot, no matter where you go. And if you wear 1 pair of shoes, so this one, you know, works my upper calf and different thigh muscles than my sneakers do, which I wear on the plane. So that way every other day I can switch shoes and all of my outfits are compatible with both shoes, and I'm not exhausting the same muscles, so I can walk, you know, 12 hours in these shoes and in those, or 12 miles, whatever it comes to be. So I use that as a gauge, and that is my recommendation for shoes. So the only other thing I've got to put in here is my makeup and liquids, and it's saved, this spot is saved for it. Everything else will go into my backpack, which will be my personal item on the plane. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. I am heading off to Japan very soon, and I'll bring you all of the good Japanese related content after that. If you like this video, be sure to hit subscribe and that like button, and leave me a comment to let me know what trip you would like to take around the world and what you pack. Yeah. See ya. Bye bye.